Bring it on.
If ye love me,
What?
If ye love me.
If you love the Lord, you love the Most High, brother? You sure? I said, do you love the Most High? You sure? All right.
if ye love me, keep my commandments.
What?
Keep my commandments.
You love the Lord, brother, you'll keep his commandments.
Right.
You love the Lord, brother, you'll get you some fringes. Right? And wear them proudly. As an Israelite.
Right.
Tribe of Judah, man. Right? And take on and take back your heritage in these last days, because it's been stolen from you, bro.
That's right.
Right? So bring this up. Start at 27. Leviticus 19 and 27. Count.
The
Select.
book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27, and it reads,
Bring it on.
ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shall thou round the corners of thy beard. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
Now, select it. That first part of that, it said you can't round the corners of your head. Right? Meaning what? You can't purposely make yourself bald. Right? You can't be walking around like Michael Jordan or Ray Allen or Tyrese. Should nobody be able to come up to the back of your head and say Michael Jordan and palm your back of your head?
Right.
Right? So, and obviously you don't have that problem, but hey, don't never try to, when you get older, feel like, oh, I might look better if I shave my head bald. Right? And it said, read that again from the top.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 26, and it reads,
Bring it on.
ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantments.
Select it from the top, 27.
Verse 27, and it reads, ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
Right now, it said that you can't make, right, you can't mar. That word mar means to destroy. Right, so you can't mar, meaning destroy your beard.
Right.
Right? You probably can't grow one yet, but when you start to grow one, right? When you start to grow one, hey, you gotta let that thing grow, man. See all these brothers up here with mighty beards. You see brothers that's trying to grow what they can grow, man. They gotta kind of do what they can do. Right, but you get into the words of the Lord, hey, you might have a mighty beard, brother. Right, that's the custom in Israel, man. That's the commandment, most importantly, you understand? Right, that's not just something that's taken lightly. What's the first thing they do when you try to get a corporate job? What they tell you to do? Shave your beard off. Right, why? Because they know that's putting us in sin, so they want to look at us and be able to say, boy.
Right.
Right, still a boy. Right, bring this up.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 10 and verse number 4.
Bring it on.
Wherefore Hanun took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beard.
What?
And shave off the one half of their beard.
And cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed.
They were what?
The men were greatly ashamed.
They was greatly ashamed to not have a beard, man.
Right.
Greatly ashamed to have shaven their beards, right? By another man, read.
And the king said, tarry at Jericho.
Do what?
Tarry at Jericho.
So what?
Until your beards be grown, and then return.
You see that? So he didn't even want them in his place. He said, hey, look, just stay at Jericho, let your beards grow back, then come into me. Right? Why? Because guess what, brother? How you tell the difference between a male line and a female line?
Good question. Right.
Exactly,
Right.
brother. Right, and you a man. You a man, right? All right, brother. So you gotta, hey, when you can, hey, make sure you growing that beard up, right, and not making your head bald. Bring this up.
Psalms of David, chapter 133 and verse 2.
Bring it on.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head that run down upon the beard. Upon the beard.
He gets you a beard. Hey, put some oils in that thing, man.
Right.
Right, have it nice and shining in the sunlight, man. Right?
Even Aaron's beard.
Even Aaron's beard.
That went down to the skirt of his garment.
And that's a mighty beard, man. Mighty beard, man. Right? His beard was all the way down to his foot, man. Right? So these are the things that you got to do, right? Let's finish on this and then I got you, brother. You can go, all right?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 28, from the top.
Bring it on.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you.
Right? You got any tattoos, brother? Right? Don't ever get none. You got a fresh start right now, brother. Right? Don't print any marks upon you. Why? Because first of all, that's an Egyptian custom. So I read the book of Leviticus 18 and start at verse 2. It's an Egyptian custom. Right? And the Lord told us not to be like them. And it's a commandment to not print any marks upon you. Right? Bring this out real quick. Leviticus 18 and 2.
Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 2.
Bring it on.
Speaking to the children of
Who
Israel,
the Israelites? That's right.
and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt.
After the what?
After the doings of the land of Egypt.
Guess what? Birthdays came from there. Homosexuality came from there. Shaving your beards came from there. Wearing wigs came from there. All
Right.
these different things came from there, man. And the Lord said, what?
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do.
He said, what?
Ye shall not do.
We shall follow.
Ye shall not do.
Gotta be like this.
Ye shall not
He
do.
said, ye shall not do. Man.
All right.
Right, so guess what? We can't do it. Right, so finish that.
I am the Lord.
Right, God, right? So that's it on that. You understand? So what's your nationality, brother? That's right, you're an Israelite. Right, and what you gotta do to love the Lord? That's right,
That's
brother.
right,
You gotta
that's
follow
right.
the commandments, man. Right, and I'm gonna get one for you. Alright? Somebody give me the book of Leviticus chapter, yeah, you're not getting away, you up here, right? Give me the book of Leviticus chapter 19 and start at verse 16. And somebody give me the book of Sirach chapter 19 and start at verse 10.
Leviticus 19 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer.
That's a what?
As a talebearer.
I mean, y'all know what a talebearer is? Talebearer is somebody that run their mouth, right? Spread, right? Like the person said, snake. They spread your secrets abroad, right? Like Smokey and I forget what was his name, Elroy, Smokey and when he was like, hey, don't tell nobody, man. And he said, yeah, Ezel. Damn, Ezel. You can't be like Ezel in this thing. You understand? Right, Reed?
And thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people.
Right among your people. So guess what? You can't run your mouth. You can't. Ain't no tea to be spread, sister. Right? You too, brother. Hey, ain't no tea in this thing. All that pillow talking and girl. Guess what? Guess what happened to her? Guess who she was with last night? Ain't none of that, man. Right? Bring this up. Sirach chapter 19 and verse 10.
Sirach 19 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
It reads thus. If thou hast heard a word,
If thou hast heard a word, thou hast heard a word,
And if thou hast heard a word, Reed,
let it die with thee.
let it die with thee.
thou hast heard a word, man, let it die with you. Where you think, Jake? Where you think our people get the phrase from? Hey, if you tell it to me, hey, I'm taking it to the grave. Hey, we get it from the scriptures, man.
Right.
Right? Why? Because we the ones that wrote it, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Right? This is our history book. Right? So give me 3 things you learned before you leave. That's right, brother.
Right.
Right? What else you learned? One more thing, brother. What's some commandments that you learned? Yeah, you gotta grow a beard up, right? You said what? Yeah, you can put oil in it, brother. Right, what else? What else though? Yeah, brother,
Right,
you gotta get you some
right,
fringes, man. You
right.
can rock out with some fringes right now, brother.
Right.
Some gold fringes on that thing or some black fringes and be styling, man.
Right.
Right, you got the shiny belt on there, man. You can be styling, man. And you could be doing that while keeping the commandments. Right? So what's your nationality before you leave? That's right, brother. That's right. You can't never forget that, man. Right? Don't go and turn the corner or don't go in the tiki bobs, right, and start calling yourself a nigga or a black man or African American, man. Those are bywords, man.
Right.
All right, brother. So one more time before you leave, just because I like hearing you say it, brother. One more time. What's your nationality? That's right, bro.
Right. That's right. Right.
That's all praise to the Most High God. Stay safe, brother. Right, so hey, a lot of stuff is going on in the world right now, man. Right, but so real quick, somebody give me the book of Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 15.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Chapter 26 and verse 15. It reads, Thou hast increased
Hey, y'all all so-called white people going into slavery.
Right.
L after L after L today. Right, I got to minister the word to the Lord, sisters. 2 minutes. Right, and y'all not gonna make it, man. Your days is numbered.
Right.
The Lord don't give a damn about the Chiefs, man.
That's right.
Or the Colts, man. Or none of that stuff, man. The Lord don't give a damn about it. Right, somebody give me the book of Isaiah chapter 17. Right? Bring it up. Salaki, keep bringing that up. Salaki.
It's Isaiah 26:15. Thou hast increased the nation.
Thou has what?
Thou
has increased the
Say
nation.
it again.
Thou has increased the
Hey,
nation.
that's what's going on in the world right now, man. The Lord is increasing the nation, man. You got Jake and Eve waking up all over the world, man. Right? The Lord is increasing the nation in these last days, Reed.
O Lord, thou hast increased the nation. Thou art glorified. Thou hast removed it far unto all the ends of the earth.
Right? And this truth is going into the ends of the earth, man. We got brothers in China, man. Europe, Asia, Africa, damn Australia, man. I'm glad to believe his brothers up in Alaska right now, man. Right? Glorifying the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. Doing what they can to magnify his name in these last days, man. Right? Go to Isaiah chapter 17 and go to verse 17. Let me see that. Right, and while they give me this, somebody go to the book of, somebody go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, and verse 27 and verse 11.
Bring it out, bring it out.
Right, I want that one first before this one.
Isaiah 27 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
And somebody give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 35 and start at verse, Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 35. Because Esau been taking L's all day, man. Right, we done seen Esau, damn Shedemites walking half drunk, staggering, man. Right, we done seen Edomites slip and fall on their ass today, man.
Right.
That's a representation of Babylon right now, man.
Right.
Right, going out bad. Right, bring us up.
God. When the bugs thereof are withered, they shall be broken off.
They shall be broken off.
The woman come and set them on fire.
What?
The woman
Come and set them on fire.
Hey, this place is gonna be set on fire, man, and these other nations is gonna be set on fire, right?
For it is a people of no understanding.
Of what?
Of no understanding.
Well, you had Edomites all day trying to cleave, man, thinking they understand the words of the Lord. You can never understand the words of the Lord, man. Right? Is it a people of no understanding, read?
Therefore, he that made them,
He that what?
He that made them,
But God made everybody.
he that made them,
He created everything.
he that made them,
But what?
will not have mercy on them.
Right? The Lord can give a damn about an Edomite, man.
right.
Right? He could care less about this kingdom, man. The Lord built this kingdom up just to destroy it, man. Right? And you, Jake, and you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to come back to your nationality and your heritage, man. Right? You turning your back on the Most High God that has done marvelous things for you in these last days, man. Right? That drawing up the seas, the oceans, the rivers, that have put many different kings to death, man. Many nations to death. And you say, I don't care about none of that. I want to go worship Allah. Right? I want to go worship Buddhism, Brahma, Shiva, Krishna. I want to be my own God. Right? You want to be your own God just to get a knee put in the back of your neck for 8 minutes. Right? Just to run from the police when you hear sirens going off. What type of God run from the so-called white man? What type of God run because they hear a sound? Right? Madness. Right? Bring this up. It's like I call it Deuteronomy chapter 32. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 35.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 35.
Bring it out.
It reads, to me belongeth vengeance.
What the Lord say?
To me belongeth vengeance.
Right though, hey, to vengeance belong. Hey, it belongs to the Most High God at the end of the day, man. But guess what? The Most High God is going to give us those. He's going to fill us with the spirit of His anger in the last days, man. Right, to carry forth out His judgment. Read.
And recompense. Their foot shall slide and
What?
Their foot shall
What
slide.
happened to the Edomite earlier?
Their foot shall slide.
Read.
in due time. For the day of their calamity is at hand.
Hey, the day of this kingdom is at hand. Hey, sisters, y'all got 2 minutes for the words of the Lord? One scripture.
2 minutes.
And then I'll leave y'all alone. Right? 1 minute. 30 seconds. Right? Hey, they foot shall slide in due time, man. Read on.
Their foot shall slide in due time. For the day of their calamity is at hand.
It's far away.
For the
There
day
their
of their
calamity is at hand.
The day of their calamity is at hand, man. And it's not a damn thing that they can do about it, man. Right? They can go, they can do as many more, they can, whoever president they feel like is fit to try to save America, guess what? It won't work, man.
Right,
It don't matter
right.
if they put Joe Biden in there for another 10 years. If they bring back Obama, right, it don't matter, man. Hey, their kingdom is still going to fall. Their foot is still going to slip, man. Right? Why? Because the Lord of hosts has spoken it at the end of the day, man.
Right,
Somebody
right.
give me the book of 2nd Esdras chapter, give me 2nd Esdras chapter 1 and verse 9. Right, give me the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and verse 9. Give me the book of Joshua chapter 5 and start at verse, or actually give me Joshua chapter 6 and start at verse 5. Right, and give me the book of Joshua chapter 10 and start at verse 10 and start at verse 9. Right, bring this up.
It's the book of Joshua, chapter 6.
Like it. Give me 2nd Ezra first.
2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 9.
Bring it out.
How long shall I forbear them?
What?
How long shall I forbear them?
Unto whom I have done so much good.
The Lord said, how long shall I put up with them, man? Unto whom I've done so much good to, man. And our people don't care about all those good things. A lot of our people don't even understand the good things that the Lord has done for us as a people, man. Right? They don't know that a lot of things that a lot of the stories, the hymns, the spiritual, the so-called Negro spirituals, is about us, man, and the Most High God saving us out of whatever situation we was ever in, right? What's going on, family? I got 2 minutes for the words of the Lord.
Nah, I don't.
No,
I
I
ain't
wasn't
talking to you.
about you look like Caesar Borgias, man.
Right.
And you're not gonna make it. You're going into slavery, man.
Right.
That's the Holy Bible. One scripture, and I'll leave y'all alone. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 28:68 real quick. Right? They like, what did I just walk into? You walk into the house of the Lord, man.
Right.
Bring this up.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Y'all know what that word Egypt means? What it mean, brother? You say, huh? Oh, okay. All right, he passed through the rock. What the word Egypt mean? Somebody give me the book of Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 4. Give me the book of 1 Kings chapter 8 and start at verse 51.
He came from this way?
Which one first? 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 51. For they be thy people and thy inheritance, which thou broughtest forth out of Egypt. Out of Egypt. From the midst of the furnace of iron.
From the midst of the furnace of iron. Right? That's what the Lord right, associated Egypt to, like unto. Right? Now watch this. Bring this up.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 4. And read, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt.
From the iron furnace.
From the what?
From the iron furnace.
See that all throughout the scriptures, you got Egypt being equated with what? The iron furnace. The furnace of iron. Bondage, slavery, captivity. Guess what? If I put both of y'all inside of an iron furnace, would y'all be comfortable? Nah, that's right. Because guess what? When the Israelites was in Egypt, guess what? They wasn't comfortable either. Why? Because they was serving with rigor, man. Right? They were slaves, bondmen and bondwomen. Right? Servants unto Pharaoh. You understand? Even the word Egypt in the Hebrew goes back to Mizraim or Mizraim, which means between two straits. AKA stuck between the rock and the hard place, or a burden being placed upon you. Right? So let's go back to that in Deuteronomy chapter 28.
This is Deuteronomy 28:68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right now, what the word Egypt mean, brother? You just said, okay, you want me to just speak? All right, brother, I'm about to, hey, the Lord get ready to drop a lot of knowledge right now. You paying attention? All right, so the word Egypt, right, is going into bondage, slavery, captivity, like we just brought out. Read.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Right, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the only people in recorded history to ever go into slavery on ships. That's right. Right? You had the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans go in 722 BC, right, by a king named Salmanassar. Right, an Assyrian king. Then after that, they went again in 1521 AD by a man named Cortez, right, the conquistadors, right, and then not long after that, guess what happened? We went into slavery on ships.
Right.
Some say 1619, some would say it happened in the 1500s, right? We're the only people in recorded history to go into slavery on ships, right? So with that being said, we're going to read this verse again from the top, right? And I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to tell me who it sounds like. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
What?
With ships.
What people went into slavery on ships? Come on, brother. You said what? You said it's too much to think on? Oh, you said you had too many ships? Well, brother, we about to sober you up through the words of the Lord. Right? The Most High God, right, is getting ready to sober you up. Now listen, The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans winning. Are you sober, sister? Or are you on his level? Oh man. Who driving? Oh, okay, so you good. Okay, all praises, right? So, right, yeah. Right, so listen to this, right? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the only ones to go into slavery on ships in recorded history, right? The scriptures just said, right, that the Lord was going to lead thee into Egypt, meaning bondage of slavery again with ships. By default, this has to be talking about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Right? Why? Because nobody else fit that prophecy. Literally. There's literally no other nation on the earth that fits that prophecy.
Right.
So by default, it has to be talking about us. Right? Not only that, let's keep reading on.
It reads, by the way of I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So what?
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right, and what did we see again? Our homeland. We've never been back to our homeland as a nation of people. You got a lot of people that don't even know where our homeland is. They just say Africa. It's a lot of countries in Africa. Right? Read.
It reads, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Who is sold into their enemies, sister? You don't know who is sold into their enemies? When we got off the slave ships, what happened? When we got off the slave ships, right? When his people, right, brought our people over here to this country and this landmass, right, what happened? Did we sing Kumbaya together and make bonfires and eat good and hold hands and, you know, build with each other and different stuff? Right? What's going on, brother? What's your nationality? African American. You believe in the Bible? You believe in the Most High God? All right, so, right, well, we can meet on an even playing field there, right? Who you think wrote the Bible? What people you think, right, was putting forth their hand when it came to the scriptures? You think the Bible is talking about a bunch of so-called white people? And you can give your honest opinion. All right, give me the book of Matthew chapter 27 and start at verse 11. Give me the book of Matthew chapter 17 and start at verse 24. Right, we get ready to figure this thing out.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 27 and verse number 11.
Here you go.
And it reads, and Yahushua stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahushua said unto him, thou sayest. Thou sayest.
That's like equivalent to us now. We'd be like, nah. But every time, I don't know. Right? He's standing before the governor right now doing this, man. Equivalent to what? Us being in the damn courthouse. Right? But standing before the judge, waiting to get sentenced. Right? That's who the world calls Jesus Christ was going through. Read on.
It reads, and when he was accused of the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing.
He did what?
He answered nothing.
Right? That's the same thing what people do. Right? Guess what? We do that, man. Where do you think we get that from? Where do you think we get that type of spirit from? But when the police come around, we do what? We don't say nothing, man. We don't speak to pigs, nor do we eat them, man. Right? So guess what? That's in the scriptures, though. Christ was doing that 2,000 years ago. Officials and government officials and people was talking to him, and he like, I ain't got nothing for you. Right, read on.
It reads, then said Pilate unto him, hearest thou how many things they witness against thee?
You see that? And now Pilate stood up. Now, Pilate is one of the top men during this time. He was a so-called white man during this time. He stood up and said, man, you know, that's like equivalent to them saying, man, you know we got all this evidence against you. Right? You really still not going to cooperate with us? You still not going to say nothing? Right, read.
And he answered him to never a word.
See that? He didn't say nothing, man. Right? Why? And we do the same thing. Right? That's because what? Christ, who the world inwardly calls Jesus, was a so-called black man. Right? Just like me and you, brother. Just like these brothers you see around you, man. Right? It's not this man right here. Where's he at, man? Where's he at?
He in the trash can.
Right? Brothers, threw him away. All praises. Oh, okay, right. This man right here. Right? This is not Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
Right? This is not him. This is an imposter, man. Right? And guess what? Your identity has been stolen, brother. Your heritage has been stripped and taken away from you in these last days. Right? And it's our job to do what? To give it back to you. Right? We got to stir up your remembrance in these last days, brother. That's what we come to do. Right? Real quick, give me the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 13. Right? Somebody give me the book of Jude chapter 1 and verse 5.
2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Yeah, I think it me.
I think it what?
I think it me.
As long as I am in this tabernacle.
As long as we got breath in these bodies, brother Reed.
To stir you up.
Do what?
To stir you up. To stir you up.
By putting you in
In remembrance.
That, brother. So we got to stir you up and put you back in remembrance, brother. Right? That's what we out here to do in these last days. Bring this up.
It's the book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse. It's the book of Jude, verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance.
Right? It said, I will therefore put you in remembrance, Reed.
Though ye once knew this.
So what?
Though you once knew this.
Brother, on the deeper level in the spirit, brother, you already know what we getting ready to tell you. You just need somebody to stir your remembrance up like, dang, yeah. You know what? I am an Israelite. Yeah, my God, his name is Yahweh, man. Right? And that's what we going to do for you in 2 minutes or less, right? So bring this out.
Isaiah, the mighty prophet, chapter 42 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
But this is a people.
What people? Robbed and spoiled.
This is a people robbed and spoiled, brother. Right? What people on the earth would you say have been robbed and spoiled? What people have been robbed of their land, their nationality, their heritage, their gold, their silver, right? Hell, the name, right? What people have been robbed, right? And spoiled meaning destroyed. What people, brother? I'm asking you.
Hell
But
yeah.
I'm asking you though, what people been robbed and spoiled? Yeah, that's right. What you say?
That's
The
right.
Israelites, right, brother. The Israelites, brother. That's right, man. Read.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Right, guess what? We got traps set about all of us, man. Right? We start on level negative 100. While everybody else, all these other nations, guess what? They start on level 10, 20, 30, right? 100, man. And we got to work 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, 150 times, 777 times harder, man, just to try to get to where they at. Right, Reed?
And they are all hid in prison houses.
I said they are all hid in prison houses. What people filling up the jail cells? Who do they build jails for, brother? Who do they build jail cells for? You actually got our own people that puts they stock in those type of things. Rappers, when you sign that contract to be a so-called rapper with these big companies ran by the so-called Jewish man, guess what? You got the chance or you have the option to be able to do what? Sign on the dotted line to have a share in the prison. Why you think so many rappers rap about what? Gang violence. Shoot a nigga up, kill a nigga, slide down this block. Because it's a spirit that those things put on you. And guess what? The more people that get put in jail, guess what? The
More
more
money.
money get put in their pocket.
Right.
Right? You're not listening to Taylor Swift when you get to go slide down somebody's butt. Right? Who you listening to? Young Boy,
King Von.
King Von, or Von. Right? Polo G, G Herbo. That's who you listening to, man. Right? Getting all those spirits put in you to go do evil, man. And to put more money right in their pockets. Right? Read on. Oh yeah, bring this out.
It's Job 17 and 6.
Bring it out.
He hath made me also a byword.
Right, you know what a byword is? Right, a byword is being called something that you're not. Right? So call yourself African American. Call yourself black. Call yourself Moorish American. Call yourself I heard F, you said what? FBA. Yeah, that's the first time I ever heard that. The foundation of I don't even know what it means. Right? Yeah, Chrislam. Right? That's madness. Those are bywords though, brother. Right? Read.
And read, he hath made me also a byword of the people. And aforetime I was as a tabret. My eye also is dim by reason of sorrow.
Guess what? Our eyes are dim, not physically, but spiritually. Our eyes are dim by what? By reason of sorrow. Right? They don't have to, and I'm just doing this because he's right here. But guess what? He don't have to worry about his people getting shot up 60 times like that happened to the brother in Ohio. Right? With no weapon on them. They shot 90 bullets and 60 of them hit him. Right? They don't got to worry about getting knees put on the back of their neck for 8 minutes. Right? They don't got to worry about going to prison and then they parent or they people's never hearing from them again because they in the back of somebody's trunk. Right? So these are the things that's happening to us as a people. Right? Not the other nations. Read on. You still going to slavery. Hawaiian, you from the seed of Japheth.
Hey, you gotta back up too.
He ain't gonna do nothing. And the Hawaiians are going into slavery too. Right? Y'all had us in slavery also.
Brother, where you going?
Right? That don't mean nothing, brother. Come on, brother. Be your own man, brother.
Don't be a follower,
You see that? Going with the hand of the Japhites. Right.
That's Esau. That's Esau,
man.
He's a damn devil, boy. You can see it in his eyes.
Give me the book. He said he was a wine.
Yeah.
You see that, man? Right, so real quick, give me the book of, go to the, we can close up. Go to the book of Joshua. Right, Joshua chapter 6 and starting verse 5. Right, Joshua chapter 6 and verse 5. I still want 2nd Esdras chapter 1 and verse 9 first. Right, I want 2nd Esdras 1 and 9 first. And I want Joshua chapter 10.
2nd Esdras, chapter 1 and verse number 9.
Bring it out.
And it reads thus: How long shall I How long shall I forbear them, unto whom I have done so much good?
Right.
Many kings have I destroyed.
What the Lord said?
Many kings have I destroyed.
The Lord has literally destroyed many kings for us, man. Hey, and Joe Biden is on his way, man. Can't even walk straight no more, man. Right? Every 3 days he's sick with something different, man. Right? The Lord has destroyed many kings for us, read.
For their sakes, Pharaoh with his servants and all his power.
And guess what? Those chariots are still at the bottom of the Red Sea, man.
Right.
The Lord did these different things, man. The Lord parted the sea. The Lord killed these other nations. The Lord destroyed these people, man. Read on.
And his servants and all his power have I smitten down. All of the nations have I destroyed before them.
Some of the nations.
All the nations have I destroyed before them.
The Lord has destroyed all of the nations, man. The Lord has done things that you wouldn't even, that a lot of people wouldn't even understand, man. The Lord has literally held the sun in place just so we can keep killing the other nations, man. That's in the scriptures, man. That's what the Lord did for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Right? And we got to get back on the Lord's good side, man. So we can continue to see the downfall of his kingdom, man.
Right.
Bring this up.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 6 and verse 5. And it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast,
What?
that when
They make a long blast
with the ram's horn,
with the ram's horn.
and when ye hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall down.
The what?
And the wall of the city shall fall down.
The Lord literally destroyed the walls of Jericho just by the sound of the ram's horn and the shout, man. He did that for us, man. Right, we had the mighty horns, right? You had the priests with the mighty horns going around the city of Jericho, man. And then when the 7th time happened, guess what? We blew up the trumpets and we yelled, and guess what? The walls fell down, man. And the Lord did that for us, man. And we got to get back to that in these last days, man.
Right.
You can drop that. Go right to Haggai chapter, go to Haggai chapter 2 and verse 6. And give me the book of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 and verse 15.
This is the minor prophet Haggai, chapter 2 and verse 6. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while.
What?
It is a little while.
We got 1,000 more years.
It is a little while.
And I will shake the heavens.
You gonna do what?
And I will shake the heavens. And I will shake the heavens.
And the earth, and the sea, and the dry land, and I will shake all nations.
All nations is gonna feel the wrath of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Right, man. And the Hawaiians gotta feel the wrath of the Lord, man. Right, the Egyptians gotta feel the wrath of the Lord, man. The Ethiopians gotta get this work, man. And the Arab man not getting left off the hook either, man.
Hey.
And the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory.
and who's that house? Hey, we that house, man. Right, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. The true children of Israel, man. We're that house that's gonna get filled with glory in the last days, man.
Right.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 15.
Bring it on.
Thy almighty word
Like what?
Thy almighty word.
leap down from heaven.
No, he took his time.
Leap down from
He
heaven.
cracked his back first.
Leap down from heaven.
Out of thy royal throne, as a fierce man of war.
That's a happy guy.
As a fierce man of war.
Happy go lucky.
As a fierce man of war.
Read.
Into the midst of a land of destruction.
And this is the land of destruction, man. Right, it's gonna continue to get worse and worse, man. Like
right.
I tell you in the book of Psalms chapter 83 and 5, man. Hey, the earth is out of course, man. Right, this is a thirsty and dry land, like I tell you in the book of Psalms chapter 63 and 1, man. Right, this is the land of destruction, man. And the Lord is gonna leap out of his throne, man. Read on.
And read. And brought thy unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword. And standing up fill all things with death.
It said it standing up fill all things with death. And with that, Kwamyashala.
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 Mm-mm.